So after the scientist, you get the wraith or the R, because after Q, you get R. Yeah, after Q, you get R. So after R, which is the scientist, after which 17 represents the scientist. Hopefully y'all got that build last night. The big-headed scientist with 17, the one who thinks a lot. But the 18 is the root or the wraith. It's the root or the wraith. Yeah, those that are around death. Those are around death itself. So you say, really? Or those that consume death? Or those that give death? Real talk. It's going to go deep. Like tonight's build is going to go crazy, crazy, crazy. I just had to hop on here and say something just to do something. I said, man, it's no way that I can't warm y'all up to this one. I said it in my heart. I said, man, it's no way I can't warm y'all up to this one. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everybody that's inboxed me. I appreciate that. I'm on my cell phone, so it's different. Look, listen. See, the double R. See, you got to realize the 18th letter is the double R, because it's the root. It's the root or wraith, because roa, because that's the soul that comes from the tree, from the family tree. Now what you realize is it's a separation from the family tree. Like, damn, those that are related to you. Like, damn, really? Because if I brought y'all to the root or the Radracos or the Radragon, that means the noble serpents or the noble dragons, which is the last dragon, the Radracos. When I brought y'all to the fact that it was Radracos, y'all should have got it and said, oh, no wonder he's bringing us to the root or the wraith. Because if he brought us to the root or the wraith, he's saying those that are related, And it comes with a double R, like how you roll your tongue, like r. Like you rowing a boat, literally. You literally rowing a boat, which is the mothership. See, now, what you got to realize, too, is that every story was a way to assimilate the now. The elders always knew about how to tap into the future. This is something that y'all got to realize, too. The elders always knew how to tap into the future. They knew about all these things, about how Hebrew and ancient languages was going to be transferred to English, and then the chosen people was going to be speaking this language. They knew all about that. So they put it in the code so we'll always be able to pick up the digits. You feel me? So that's what it was really, truly all about. So now, as you decoding the math and you seeing everything, how it's translating, you gotta see it like, oh man, damn, it's real. This is a simulation of a real program. Because now we go into the number 18, and then we say, damn, it's the root or the wraith, the Radracos, the noble dragons. Because like I showed y'all last night, I said, man, the dragon can either heal you or the dragon can kill you. Because you don't want the dragon's fangs to come out. Because when the dragon's fangs come out, it's really deadly. Because the dragon can literally break what you know and blind you at the same time with the fire and the fury of the dragon. So that's why it was the last Dracos or the Radracos, because the Ra was the sun or the fire that burns from the dragon or comes from the dragon's mouth, because that's the fire or the baptism or the laser, because people think it's a fire. No, it's a laser that's actually coming. It's a laser that's actually cutting, that's way more sharper than any two-edged sword. All right? Because the laser operates from the dot. And that's the whole thing, how it all operates. It's all a program. This is all a program. Today is 9/11/18. You need to know that. If today's 9/11/18, you need to know it's really a program. I said, I'm not doing none of this on purpose. You say, oh man, LaMail, you just setting this up. How the hell I can do something 2 years ago and it just adds up to right now? And you say, oh my God, 2 years ago you did that? You wrote like, oh man, we came into the calendar 2 years and it's just prophetical in this day and time. Yeah. That's why I said we in the root or the wraith, because it's the 9/11, it's the 18, but it's the 9 in between the two ones of destruction, Abaddon and Apollyon, which is actually September 11th, 9/11. All right, show enough. Real talk, man, this is real. This shit is so real. You be like, damn, it'll blow your mind. It'll literally freaking blow your mind when you know the reality of the stuff. It's like, I be revealing stuff to y'all every day, but when I know the 1 through 31, when you literally know the 1 through 31 and you know the 141, it'll literally blow your mind. I don't know if anybody ever broke down the number 15 being the necklace. I don't know if anybody ever broke down the number 14 being the Miwi, or the 13 being the master, the 12 being Zaru, the birch tree. I don't know if anybody ever did that. You know, but I'm sharing something beautiful with y'all, because y'all my brothers and sisters. But y'all know how I feel about the students. Y'all know how I feel about students. But I share stuff with my brothers and sisters because, you know, we gotta be each other's keeper on all accounts. But y'all know how I feel about students. All right? Shout out to Wade. What's up, Wade? I see you. But listen, I had to hop on. I had no choice but to hop on, because I said, man, if I don't give y'all the feeling of how I'm feeling right now before the build later on tonight, y'all really never going to get it how I really want to give it to y'all. All right? Real talk. That's just the whole thing about it. That's the only thing I can say. Now, you think about it. Yesterday was 9/10/17, and it coincided with the fact that it was the 17th, and it just added up as 17171. You say, damn, it was in the code. But the 9 or the square is unlocking it. This is what y'all don't get about the square that we starting off from. The square is unlocking all of this stuff. The square is literally unlocking it. If you see everything, if you see the daggone thumbnails on all the joints, you see the square like that. So the square is literally unlocking everything. So you say, damn, on every cycle of 14, you got another square unlocking another revelation. Yes, because if I showed y'all 392 hieroglyphics, you really wouldn't remember it like that. But if I let you experience it, you going to remember it like that. You remember it every day now. Hopefully you remember every day that you spend in here. You like, damn, it's a whole nother revelation. Yeah, you daggone right. It's a whole nother revelation. You know, the time is out of the hourglass. We don't got no time. We just started off our time. We the 2 dots that came after the other 2 dots. All right? That's the whole point that y'all need to realize with our greatness. For what we doing. People going to try to knock us down, man. It's all about the wraith today. Because people going to try to knock us down that are related to you. That's why it's the double R. Yeah, you damn right it's the double R. Yeah, because it's the rules. Now you say, God damn, the rules. Yeah, because the ruler has 12 inches. The ruler has 12 inches. So you say, really 12 inches? 12 inches is 144 square. So if the ruler has 12 inches, which is 144 square, you got to realize it's only 144, which is the 441 or the 141 that is in here. Supreme grandmother and grandfather mathematics, man. We from the future and we from the past. We already been here. Y'all don't understand when a spiritual being assimilates here in this reality. Y'all never really appreciate it, because y'all say, man, he's just like me. He's just not understanding that it's all a vessel that we all operating from. We all operating from a vessel that's the me, we. We all operating from a vessel that's me is we. All right. So now if you see this, you'll say, well, damn, where the root or the wraith come in? Because it was healers and it was killers. It was healers. You got to realize with the root and the wraith, you got healers because you got 3. 3 is an assimilation of, it can go in 18. 3 can go in 18. You feel me? 6 times. It can go in there. So you got to realize it was the root or the rate. So now, if you taking the 3 and then you connecting it with the 18, what you seeing is this, the 6. It connects up with the 6 because these are the killers. These are the healers and these are the killers. Because this right here is you already know, your deadly fingers, and these are your noble fingers. So you had those that came down with the 6, which was this bow, the guns, and those that came down with the 9, those that came down with the 9 or the 19, they came down with the 19 because this is the 19 in the Codex, the 2 noble fingers. So when you put up the 19, you say, oh man, oh, I get it, because it was those that came down with the 6. Yeah, these were the killers. These were the killers, but these were the neutral primes in a sense because they protected the galaxy. You got to see it like that. If you don't see it like that, then I don't know what to say. All right. But these were the neutral primes that protected the galaxy. And as they protected the galaxy, it was another prime that came out of what you call the neutral primes. Okay, because the neutral primes are divisible by 2, which is 6. You know, 6, 2 times 2 plus 6, 2, you know, 3 goes in 6 twice. So that's the same thing. So now you got another class that came out of the neutral primes, which were the WRAITH, These were the ones that came out of the neutral prime. These were the WRAITH. They just wanted to bust their trigger. Bow, 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 bow. They just wanted to bust their trigger. These were the real WRAITH. They didn't care about nothing. Humanity, nothing. All they just wanted to do was kill. Bow, 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 pulling their trigger. And these were these people throwing up this sign. And you say, wow, I told you before. I said, man, God has only gave you numbers, man. God only gave you numbers to connect you back. And then if you say, well, damn, I don't have no book. Guess what? When God will give you his messenger or her messenger, God would give it to you in something that you already have to unlock it. God would give you something, somebody with you already have to unlock it. So no matter where you go, you still have it. You start to just playing with your hands and unlocking it. Because I told you, I said, man, y'all didn't get it. I said, look, the heart chakra are controlled by the hands. You said, really? Fuck yeah. Your heart chakra are controlled by your hands. So how else you think you're going to open up the center of yourself? It's through your hands. It's like how you unlock your hands. All right? So that's real. So this was another class that came out. This was another class that came out, the root and the WRAITH, those that are related to you. This is the separation. All right. This is the real separation because Nasara or Nazarite means to separate. It literally means to separate from mainstream society, mainstream media, mainstream bullcrap, mainstream everything else that everybody is doing. For real. That's what it's all about. But people got to get it. Because if you say, man, I'm looking for God's messenger, and all y'all been waiting this long, but when y'all get revelations, a lot of times, only revelations y'all can really get is the sign of the prophet Jonah, which is the whale. You say, whale, really? When you wailing, when you crying out. That's the only sign that you can really get. You have to wait till everything is all messed up in your life to say, man, Lamel was right. Because you wailing. You wailing. You really have to go back to the belly. You really have to go back to the spot or the dot, the belly. All right? The belly of the beast. I'm serious. I'm so serious about that, man. And you like Jonah in the whale. Or the whale was in Jonah. That's what you got to think about. Was Jonah in the whale or the whale was in Jonah? That's something to think about. That's something true to think about in the whole mystery of it. That's something true to think about. I can't tell y'all nothing else. What do y'all want me to say? What do you want, my son? Apple. Apple? I like that. What else you got? What else you got? Come on. What you got? Oh, man, he a sucker. But yeah, that's all I can say. What else you want me to say, man? You got to pay attention to stuff that's going on. If you're not paying attention, they're going to take everything from you. They totally gonna take everything from you. I told you, man, they're gonna end the world with a white light. That's something prophetical that Lamel said. If you don't believe me, go watch Men in Black. You feel me? Like, it's just a technology, man. It's a technology that's happening. Those power surges in New York. Those power surges in New York. What, son? Come on, man. Those power surges in New York were really the white light where they was trying to erase people's minds. They was working on something to erase people's minds, telling people to look into the light. That shit that happened in New York. That's what I wanted y'all to pay attention to. This one here. Real talk, man. That was what happened in New York. People try to figure what happened in New York. Yeah, they was trying to end your world. They was trying to end your world, doing an experiment on you, man. He crazy. My son crazy. He just want to do something. He just had me get something for him he ain't even want. Say that, get out of here, man. Children are funny. I love y'all, man. I love y'all for everything what it's worth. All right, now what you want me to do with it? I love y'all for what it's worth, and the only thing I can do is tell y'all the truth. Now, men and women lie, but numbers don't lie. Men and women lie, but numbers do not lie at all. They do not lie. So God has given us keys to unlock these things, man. Man, I had to come in. Today is the 18th letter. It's the 18th letter. You say, man, really? No, it's 9/11/18 in the Codex. That's what's so deep. It blew my mind. I said, man, God. See, when I be looking at it, when I look at the Codex, every day I need y'all to pay attention to the Codex because y'all are upgrading the mainframe too. Like some of this stuff, man, if I told you they ended the world with a white light in the future, think about this. They're going to try to make all of us forget. They have made us all forget. Thank you. The holy tablet. That is our holy tablet. That's our holy tablet we writing. But yeah, in the future, this is what I want to let you know. We always existed as beings, as the primes. We always existed. We latched on to each other, man. You got to think about it. I'm a solar prime supreme, 131. Solar prime supreme, 131. That's my log date. That's when I log in space and time. I assimilate reality and I say, man, well, damn, I have to come in 131. If I don't come in 131, I wouldn't know myself. That's what people don't get with the prime situation, with about your job in the universe. People say, man, I'm ready to get on the mothership. Well, the mothership has landed. And the problem is, you get what I'm saying? You need to be quarantined and you need to enter the scientists. You need to go see the surgeon, the scientist. You need to see all these people, man, in order to get on the ship. And you need to know the degrees. Because if you don't know the degrees, like man, all I can tell you is about the elders. They hear. People are just stupid about it. You think it's all crazy. No, the elders are right here. There is a station that's right here. Only thing is you got to have love. If you open up your love for God, the elders will reveal everything to you and let you know that they're here. That's the only thing I can tell you about that too. When they moving through me and they tell me things for y'all. You know, that we are here. The elders are here. And I'm a son of the elders. I'm not, y'all think what type of elder I am? I'm a son of the elders, 131. That's my log date. I'm the son. That's my whole situation and how I come. All right? We gotta, you need lesser lights to guide you to the greatest light of them all. Trust me on that. That's why I was named Domingo, because Domingo is the sun. All right? Domingo is the sun. That's why I was named certain things, man. I was like, so I can remember who I am, so you can remember who you are, so we all can remember who we are in all actuality. Trust me on that. And if we don't do it, nobody going to do it, man. We are the primes, man. It's prime time. Now it's time for the gathering. You know what? It's the root of the rate. So you got to go and do your homework now. When I go into the build later, y'all got to all do y'all homework. Y'all going to do your homework on the wraith. Know what the wraith is. I'm going to give you something special, though, that I ain't never give y'all. And I'm going to talk about Mars. I'm going to talk about Mars. The planet Mars. That's one thing I'm going to talk about in reference to the root or the wraith tonight. But I want y'all to do y'all homework on the fact that the Messiah, he said, man, it's like a harvest. It's like the tares, you know, far as the weed and the tares, how basically when it's time for the harvest, you let them grow up amongst each other. They said, man, yeah, you let them grow up amongst each other. That's the root and the wraith. I want y'all to do your homework on that subject. But y'all going to get what I'm talking about. It's the root or the wraith. You know, it's going to come a time whereas those that you love is going to turn you in. They really going to turn you in. They're going to say, man, she's thinking different. Get rid of those that you hate. They're going to love you. That's the problem that you going to fuck. It's going to fuck your brain up. It's going to be like those that you love going to turn you in, and those that you hate is going to love you. That's why it's the root or the wraith. That's the messed up thing about all this stuff that I got to give y'all with the bill. For everybody that's so cocky. That's why I said the arrogance of the student. Please trust me on that. I understood. I took the masters to be my brothers. When I got that, because I realized that the Most High God is that it? Is it? It doesn't matter what you talking about. The Most High God is it. Yo, forget what you talking about. That's why we all brothers and sisters of the Most High God in actuality. So that's how the elders look at it. They don't look at it like how you look at it, like worship me. No, they say, yo, come on, look, you got to understand this. It's somebody that's super powerful. We don't even know. His log data, her log data, its log data is 1. And we like, oh, we all got our own log date, how we logged in space and time. So we like, damn, we moving throughout the universe and we taking rides on different asteroids and different things because that's how you dormant your program. You know what I mean? That's how you dormant your program in a certain type of way. That's why I told you about the moles on your body. The moles on your body are actually symbiotes. They're actually symbiotes. They're like a electronic device to actually tap you into the stars or your greater consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You said, yeah, we the primes, man. But he said the tares, separation of the wheat and the tares, yeah. It was the wheat and the tares. You right, Miss Kind of Fear. When they talk about that, and they say, man, this is what it is. It's the root or the wraith. Now, I'll explain this later how it's going to grow. They still grow up. The root and the wraith grow in the same vine. They grow out of the same vine. That's why it was the Rod Dracos. It was the Rod Dracos because the Rod Dracos, in a sense, represents the noble serpents. Or what you call, they said, man, serpents are dead. No, it wasn't serpents because it was really like a reptilian. Now you say, well, how do I become a reptilian in all this? Well, you are all reptilians in a sense. And this right here is a reptilian sign. You say, really? It's a reptilian sign? Think about it. It's a reptilian sign. This sign is a reptilian sign. But it's a noble reptilian sign. All right? That's why I said you got other reptilian signs that people ain't peeping out. That's why I told you when I throw up this, I said, man, that's the fierce dragon. You don't want that because these are 2 different types of dragons. All right? Now, if you knew the ninja code, you would knew all about that too. But these are 2 different type of dragons. This is the fierce dragon. I said, watch that dragon right there. That dragon is the deadliest dragon because that's when his fangs come out. That's why I said you don't want that dragon. That dragon blinds you and it breaks your nose at the same time. It blinds you and breaks your nose like, wow, oh God, womp, 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 womp. All right, so that's just like it. That's the fangs of the dragon. But this is the ninja code and all this. That's why I told y'all, man, this is really not what people think this is. This is a martial arts dojo. That's what this is. It's a martial arts dojo. If I can't teach y'all martial arts right now with kicks and different stuff like that, where you can do different kicks, then I'm going to teach you martial arts with your mind right now. Because that's all I can do, is teach you martial arts with your mind. So you can be able to see reality from a whole nother perspective. You be like, yo, LaMail, it's so deep. I see you from this different perspectives. Like, I can see you from frontwards and backwards all at the same time, because we operating from the dot. Literally operating from the dot. If you don't see we all operating from the dot, then you don't know what's going on. You really wouldn't know what's going on with the magic of all these things. Truly. With the true magic of it. Say, really, I got your front and your back at the same time, LaMail. You better have my front and back at the same time, because if you don't, then what is it? You feel me? And that's how we rolling. We the primes. We the primes that move through space and time. You say, really? You move through space and time? Yeah, we move through space and time. Why wouldn't we move through space and time? Yes, my son. What do you want? He just want to give me the juice. That's crazy. But what else you want me to say? So the root or the wraith, what happened with the root and the wraith is that it was two that came out. Two that came out. So they all grew from the tree, or the tree, the family tree. Now the problem is this, the separation. What we going to do with the separation? Because Nasra, when you became a Messiah, you took the vow of a Nazarite, which actually is a Nasra, which means to separate or be consecrated. All right? So that's why you came to the double R, to get the soul, because the Roach represents the soul, which is the R. All right? You got to realize this. God, when God gives you the truth of something, he sends out you as a like a soldier, right? So you can either kill people or you can heal people. That's how God is, right? Because God keeps all these forces dormant for a certain time. Like now. God keeps all these forces dormant for a certain time. So when these forces come out of the bottomless pit, which is like me coming out of the bottomless pit, you feel me? Which is the mainframe. It's not really the bottomless pit. I told y'all, Silicon Valley. Coming out of the bottomless pit. As we coming out of the bottomless pit, as the primes, it's the fact that, you know, the manifestation is just, it's just like, you got to see it as a simulation of thought. All this stuff is a simulation of thought. It's just a simulation of a program. All right. So the only way we can speak is through numbers and digits to know who we are and to know what we are and to move through the mainframe safely. All right. To move through the mainframe safely. It's going to come a time where y'all know what it's hitting for. Man, we all from the future, man. We all from the past. We all from the present. All at the same. All three in one. You just got to know your story. Now, if you know your story, that's a whole nother story. It's a shame that I know my story, which is 131, and I'm giving y'all it. I'm giving y'all the work every day. Because I told you, after the scientist, you go to the Ra, the R, the 18th letter. The two R's, because the 9 was Faru, which was the joy or the life. All right. And then from the joy and the life, you already know you went to high U, which is the breath. Because how you going to go if you got a birth? The first thing, this is why I said do the math. You got to look at the math. You got to look at the math. Look at the math. Look at the math. All right. After Faru, you get high U. High U was yesterday, which was the 10th triangle. That was the 10th triangle. Do the math. So you say, wow, so 10th means Hayu. So Faru is new birth or newborn. Yeah, because after the newborn baby is born, it has to take a breath, which is Hayu, which is the 10 command keys, the 10 commandments. That is the breath. That's the network. The 10 command keys to open the gateway. All right? and then it goes to the 11. The 11, which was the king. That was the key. That was the key to open you up to the Zaru, which is the birch tree, which is the family tree. All right? Because the 10 became the key to open you up to your family tree. It all went down to the 13, so you become the newborn. The 13 looks like a B, so you really become born. And then as you born, you get the network, which is the 14, the me-we. And then as you moving through the network, which is the love of your mom and your ancestors, guess what you get? You get the damn black-handed me-we, which is a whole nother network, which is 15. And then from 15, you're given over to the surgeon. And then the surgeon at the 16, dudes put you on an operating table and start slicing you up, taking that stuff out of you, that radiation out of you. And then boom. After you go to the surgeon, you go to the scientist so you can upgrade your technology because you already been infected by the radiation. And then as the scientist upgrades your technology, you go to the root or the rate, which you know you got to be separated because things will never be the same. Because you know things. You know things that you shouldn't know. You know the things that you should know. All right? So it's a separation. All right? And that's what it's all about with the root or the wraith. And then the power of the root or the wraith is those people be around death too. They can handle death. The 18th letter can handle death in a certain type of way that other people can't handle death. It's certain people that can't really handle death. For real. You got to realize that. But it's certain other people that can handle the burden of death. They can handle it. So they take the energy sometimes of a certain situation of death, man, that just is this. It's just exclusive. Son, I don't even know how to operate this PlayStation. He want me to put on this PlayStation. What do you want? But yeah. Which game? Which game? If you telling me to point to the game, you obviously know how to play it. Which one? This one? That game? That one? Is it that one? Man, this dude is crazy. This one? I don't know. You got to find the disc. It said it's not the disc. So. But yeah, look, man. That's all I can say. I got a hot build for y'all later. The elders really blessed me, man. I study up. Y'all ask me, when we get our temple, how we going to pray, Lamel? I'm going to tell you how we going to pray. We're going to have a shower. It's going to be a steam room or a sauna room. That's where we're going to pray at. If you ask me, say, yo, how we going to pray? We're going to pray under warm water. And you're going to have to strap up. You don't have to be negative, no crazy shit like that. But you already know. We're going to be in the sauna. And it's going to be a circle joint. And everybody just going to be this. Here. There it is. There it is here. Boom. You can play right there. I think. That's how we're going to pray. That's the only way I can tell you. That's how I pray. Man, I go to a sauna or a situation, man, I'll sit in the shower. They say, Lamel, really, you sit in the shower? I sit in the shower. Let me tell y'all some private situation. I'll sit in the shower. First, I take a bath for probably an hour or something if I can, or 2 hours. Just sit in the water, and then I take a shower. But then, after I do that, I just, if I'm just regular in the shower, I'll sit in the shower and just let the shower just flow on my head. And I'll pray. I'll sit there and pray for a half an hour to God. Ask God, give me a revelation. Y'all say, where you come up with some of this stuff? In the shower. I be sitting in the shower, letting the water flow on my head. And praying to God. I pray every day, man. I pray all day, every day. Y'all ask me, when do we have church? Every damn day. Y'all ask me, when do we have every day? When do we pray? All day. Like Muslims say 5 times a day. That's not enough to me. Talking about 5 times a day. I'm praying right now. God, please help me. Please help me deliver this message. Oh, you don't believe in God. Oh, let me try to get another word. Yo, I don't know how to do this. For real, son. You just try and bug me out. This PlayStation. That's y'all stuff. I bet you if I let... Man, this dude, man. Get on my nerves.
Okay. This?
No, Dad. You do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to keep up with the children, though. Let them do their thing, man. Here. Yes, I got it. We got to let them do their thing with this game, man. It's a new way to operate the mainframe. They're going to be fighting wars with this shit. With this shit, this is how they're going to be fighting their new wars. This is why I got a suicide squad. I got a whole suicide squad of children that's just ready, man. Brother Shaq Foster gave me a donation last night of $50. Thank you, brother. He gave me a donation of $50 last night. Yo, guess what I got? I got the charger for my computer. So I said we upgrading technology, right? Come on, man. I got the charger for my computer, and then I went and gave the rest of the money to my son. I said, man, go get a fucking game. I said, go get any game you want. Real talk. Y'all asked me what I did with the money that he donated. I woke up this morning with $50. I said, yes. What, man? You gonna stop crying about it? Do not cry about it. You got to talk about it. Seriously. You old enough to talk about it. You know how to do this. It's pissing you off just like it's pissing me off. Yeah, seriously. Shout out to all the parents that's really trying to make it happen. I guess we're going to Europe, son. Done. I'm done. Boom. Free for all. Yes. All right. Be that guy. Whoever that guy is. Yes. I think I got it. You ready for battle? Do not bug me again. But I woke up this morning, praise the Most High God. And if you want to donate, it's an actual something in the description column so you can donate to the PayPal. It's right there. He's set. Thank God. Oh, yeah. This Suicide Squad. I got a Suicide Squad. Look at my Suicide Squad. He got 100 men. He got 100 men. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. That's how I get them excited. Yeah. I get them really pumped up. We got a Suicide Squad. They got so many men they can go in. They got 1 million men. They can die so many times and come back to life. Suicide Squad. Oh man, shout out to them. Look, his ass. Yeah, he got a potty too now. He better be peeing in the potty. He can play that game so good. But I want to let y'all know what the brother Shaq, he actually donated $50. That was a good help because I can't really broadcast really like that because I had a Chromebook and so that was cool, man. Look, so I have a laptop, right? Boom, got a laptop. So when he donated, I went and got the charger. I said, man, thank God. And now I'm able to do what I got to do with that. All right. So I'm gonna just work with that technology. I said we saw the scientists last night. The scientists, you think God wasn't gonna come through with a blessing? That's people stupid about some shit. You real stupid. You think God wasn't gonna come through with a blessing and I needed a blessing? You damn right. We needed a blessing because I need to articulate the message a little bit better so y'all can visualize some stuff. But we needed that blessing. You'll say, really? Yeah, we needed that blessing. You say, really? I don't know if y'all got $50 to give me. If you got $50 to give me, well, the PayPal is right there. I'll invest it in a microphone I need. I invested in a microphone I need so I can be like sounding better and the music can sound better. And then I can just do different things and bring people in, put them in like a little square right there, bring everybody in that want to come in, that's affiliated with the crew. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we working on. But shout out to Shaq, man. That was a blessing, man. That was a blessing. I woke up to that. Said, damn, I didn't even hear the cha-ching of of the money Cash App. The Cash App me at Lamel1317. You already know it's gonna be something simple like that. Cash App me at Lamel1317. That was so good. That was such a blessing, man. That really brought tears to my eyes this morning because I said, man, Lord, man, I need freaking my technology upgraded. I know I saw the scientists. The scientists supposed to upgrade my technology. And then guess what happened? That's what I was praying about when I went to sleep. And when I prayed, I saw the scientists, man. I really saw Yakub and all that stuff, man. I said, man, that's deep. So I said, man, and I woke up and he God blessed me with, God met me halfway with $50. Half of 100. That means I gotta make the other step. I gotta take the other step. So I said, God, I said, thank you for the sign. Meeting me halfway through Brother Shaq Foster. God worked through him. Whatever I said, it touched that brother to know he knew I needed something. He knew I need something. I don't really like to ask for it like that, but I asked God to work through y'all, to give it to me, to make it happen. All right? That's how we got to look at it. You know, for what it's worth, it's going to come a time where we have to realize that we have to do business-minded things with this in a certain type of way. But I definitely need the technology. After all things, I need the technology to articulate the message. Everything is beautiful, though. You got to look at it like that for how we growing, how we come together. You know, it's a lot of people that need to get quarantined. You got to go through the Purple Heart Squad, man. I think to get on the ship, you really got to go through the Purple Heart Squad. Because as we affectionately grow that group in a certain type of way, you'll always see how we shared something with one another in the messages. You can always look at the messages from, yeah, I told y'all we write in our story. That's one way that we write in our story too. Because we the Purple Heart Squad and we affectionately created something that was beautiful. Now, shout out to Sister Angela. I'm gonna say something. I really don't really put people. I really put people on the spot. I have to, but she left the group for some reason, and it's been times that she came to me that she had an abusive situation. So I don't know if she's going through that right now because you know she's always added me in love with this situation, and something happened to her. All right, and one time, couple times she came to me. Somebody was putting their hands on her. All right. And I was like, man, if I was there, I'd come there and whip that nigga ass. All right. But that's another story because I don't know what their situation is. So I can't really say I would do that. All right. But at the same time, all blessings. All blessings. They got to figure it out. You know, that was just a stop point. I had to say that because I know that she got love for this situation in the movement. You know, I'm not trying to do nothing with that female. If anybody thinking that. Sister Angela, I don't want to do nothing with her. You know, I just want her to be okay. All right? That's it for anybody knows that. But, you know, I just want to let y'all know that this is the movement that we have to grow. And we have to do it in the right way. And as we do it in the right way, things will come in the right way. Okay? That's it. You got to see yourself as important in this. We write in our story, man. We write in our story, man. That's all I can say. We truly write in our story. And if we ain't writing it, who else is going to write it? It has to come from your pen. You know? You said, I enjoy seeing the snow. Man, that snow, man, had me. I don't like this snow, man. I like being in the heat, but I know something's up with the snow. There's a reason for all this stuff. Yo, for real, y'all should have knew that radiation thing was real that I talked about. It's the inner sun. Why you think they showed you in the Matrix, they had people that was tuned into the inner sun. You think about people that come out of jail, right? You like, these niggas look younger and shit. They come out of jail looking all young because they be like really underground. They be underground. They be on getting radiation like that in a certain type of way. You gonna say, man, Lamel, you going crazy. I'm not going crazy. If it's a nuclear fallout, you would have to learn to live underground. If it's a fucking nuclear fallout, and you can't say it can't be a nuclear fallout because everybody has a nuclear power plant right by where they live. So you can be part of an epidemic, which is a nuclear fallout, which has already happened time and time again. That's what I need y'all to know. The nuclear fallout, that's the radiation, that's Yakub. That was the scientist, man. I told you, man, the scientist takes the pain into himself. Yakub, he took the blackness. People assumed it to be blackness. That's why I said people, the arrogance of the student when you come to the trickster or you come to, which is the tricknology. Yeah, the master trick your ass, think you know it all. No, the master was taking the pain and the cancer and all the diseases away from you into himself or into herself, doing all these miracles. You wonder why all these miracles happened and the master was able to do miracles. That's what people didn't get. People say, oh man, he took the cross. Nah, he didn't take the cross in a certain type of way. The masters always took the cross in a certain type of way. When they healed people, they took the pain into themselves because they knew how to heal the pain. And they knew that the people didn't know how to heal the pain. They knew the people didn't know how to heal the disease, the diseases. So the masters always took the diseases into themselves. Thus died of a brain tumor of brain overload, man. Brain overload, literally brain overload of emotions because of the love. People say, well, why did Jesus didn't want to die when he took the cross in a certain way? It wasn't the fact that he didn't want to die. He just didn't want to finish his work. Man, you know, it's so much work to be done on this world, man, in this world. And as you know, it's so much work to be done in this world, you say, man, oh man, I gotta do so much in this world. Man, seriously. That's how you gotta look at it. That's how you really truly gotta look at it, yo. For real. People say, man, I revealed something last night that was so beautiful. You know, I provided protection for y'all, man. A way to protect y'allself that nobody, I don't know if anybody ever gave that to y'all. Yo, that was so deep. That was the deepest thing ever, man. That what I gave y'all last night, that was the deepest thing ever, man. As far as with the Codex. Because in my opinion, y'all gotta look at all the animals, everything that's around you. You say, well, where are the animals at, Lamel? This is deep. This is a fucking head up. You say, well, where are the animals at, Lamel? This is a fucking head up. This forest used to be storming with animals. You know, we came in here as humans, we came and knocked this shit down in a certain type of way. So you say, well, where are all the animals? They still live out here. Just like the animals, they live in you in a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Because we all are part of these animals. So you say, well, where's the animals at, Lamel? I'm going to tell you, the animals are actually here. They just hiding. They just hiding right now because they don't know if you try and kill them or not. So how you know if you try and kill them or so you gotta feed the animals because you took all their food, you took all their resources and everything. So they come into your damn trash and everything, ripping your trash open. So it's a certain way that you gotta feed the animals. I'm gonna tell you, the animals do not bother my trash. No squirrels, no nothing bother my trash. They bother everybody else's trash. I'll show you. You'll see holes in their trash, but you don't see holes in my trash. And I put my shit out there with no bag. I mean, with no joint, just a bag. And they say, well, Lamel, the neighbors asked me, how did I do it? I said, man, you don't even follow me on YouTube. How I'm going to tell you how I did it? They say, man, every time I put my trash out here, man, these damn animals, man. I said, man, the animals don't mess with me. Look at my trash. They say, man, how you do that? I missed it. And they went, yo, look. I know because it was exclusive last night, because I played the Father song for Luther Vandross. They actually put a copyright fly on that video, and they made me put it up. And it's being processed where they'll chop the song out of it, and then they'll let it go. That's what happened. But some things you got to be around exclusively for. That's what happened. For real, last night was the spirits was talking like that. But I'm going to give it to you. What I gave everybody last night. How you feed the animals, you just don't feed the animals. Niggas is stupid. You bring out the food and you feed the animals. You feed them at a designated area. Like mine, I'm going to show you my designated area where I feed my animals. You know what I'm saying? I got food. So along with the food, you got to pee on the food. You really got to pee on the food. You say, really? You got to pee on the food? Because the food, when you pee, that represents ownership in a certain type of way. So this is a tree that I do my shit at, where I just put food right here. And then the animals always know. I know this, that the food be going every time. The food be going every time. I do not throw away food. I give it all back. If I got leftovers and I know that's like a day old, I know we're not going to eat it, I put it all in a container, and then I take it to the tree and I piss on it and I give it to the animals, and it's always gone. So what you got to realize is piss is a way to mark your territory, but pee was also to denote fear when to call on the animals. That's how you call on the animals. That's how you call on the wolves of the race. You call on the wolves because if you pissing on yourself, that means they hungry. If you piss on yourself, that means they hungry. All the animals know, all the animals. And you can just feed the whole fucking forest. You don't just got to feed one tree. You can feed the whole fucking forest, right? All the animals know when you piss on yourself, I'm hungry. So if anybody's bothering you and you in fear, whereas though you do piss, guess what happens? The animals coming. The animals coming for that air because they smell the master. They smell the master. And they know the master's trying to feed them. All right? This is something, it's a secret. They know the master's trying to feed them, and they know they need to protect the master, because if they don't protect the master, they're not going to get fed. All right? So that was the wolves. They had to piss on it in a certain type of way. All right? That's how you got to live, man. It's going to come a time you're going to need the forest, because we don't own the roads. When we move through the mainframe, it's going to be a time where we're going to have to move through the forest. We don't own the roads, man. We don't. That's where a real Terminator is. If you want to be real, they set up roads and put up a public property in a certain type of way, and you can't take away from it because they put the roads up. But the only thing that they don't own is literally the trees in the forest. You don't see no Google Maps on that. You have to move through the mainframe. You have to move through the mainframe of the forest. So only way that you can be guided is through the animals. They know the safe places for hiding because you don't even see their asses right now. But you know they live and you know they exist out here. But you don't see them out here because they ain't hiding, because they know something that you don't know. And no matter what Holocaust ever happened, animals always lived through it. Whether your ass didn't live or you didn't, the animals always lived through it. So if they always knew where to live through it, they know where sacred caverns are, which is Shambhala and Akritar. That's why I brought y'all to the scientists yesterday, because the scientists, it comes from Shambhala and Akritar, which is the underground, which is Zion. That's where Zion is. It's in the underground. You get what I'm saying? So you say, really? I thought Zion was... No, Zion, you thought the mothership has landed, but it's landed from a whole different perspective. It's from inside out of the earth. It's from inside out of the earth. You think it's like from the sky. No, it's from inside out of the earth. That's how the mothership landed, because it came through the portal, which was inside from the dot. So if it came through the portal from the inside of the earth, which was the dot, so that's how the mothership is landed. And then it's gathering, because people thought it was going to come from the sky, you dummy. It wasn't going to come from the sky. It always comes from, you say, oh man, the higher part. No, it's coming from the inner part of yourself, which is the higher part of yourself. All right. So as the mothership has landed, it came through the dot, which was the inside of the earth. So that was Shambhala. And you come to the scientists. Why you come to the scientists? Because the scientists came from Shambhala. The scientists was taking all the blackness out of your ass. And everybody said they evil, they witches, they dealing witchcraft, and they doing all this shit. No, it was the fact that the blackness. That's why I said, don't think of no blackness as some goddamn black, like you being a melanite. No, it is the fucking radiation. That's why I said those that were the Danakials that came from Shambhala, they were allergic to radiation. That's what it says in the holy tablets, man. People didn't follow that. But it's real. That's all I can say. So now, as we came up from out of the earth, really, they say it's the night of the walking dead. That's why we came purple. Feel me? Say, oh man, they came up out of the earth. I tell you, man, the animals know how and know where to go, know where not to go. The wolves, the animals, the sheep in wolf clothing. Real talk. The sheep that are in wolves clothing. You scared of the animals. That's why I said I had to give it to y'all on here like this. For all due respect, I had to run back and just hop on a live feed and just do something. I had to do something from the heart and say what I had to say from the rip. You said animals sense danger before it comes. You right. You ever notice it? You ever notice a dog will bark before a person even knocks on the door? Because the dog knows using his nose. That's what it is. That's psychometry. That's a form of psychometry. All right, whereas though if you touch something, you can sense what's going on. You just like touches everything around you. You in touch with everything. Really AT&T for real. But wow, man, it's just real. That's all I can say. Only thing I can say is real. The blessings keep on coming down. We upgrading the technology. We like John Connor going against the Terminator, utilizing the Terminator to go against the Terminator. That's why I need y'all to know what's so important with this. For what we doing, it's like John Connor and them going against the Terminator, rebooting the Terminator, utilizing the Terminator to fight against the Terminator. That's why I said you enter the scientist and you get the technology, because the scientist is Hasub. It's actually the beast, because the word Hasub or Hasab is actually the word for beast. In the what's the name? In the Bible, it's Hasub, the word Hasub. But the word, if you look in the Codex, the number 11 is El Hasub. It's the same thing. In reference to, you say, well, damn, wow. You say, well, damn. The word Hasub takes the 11th position in the Codex far as that. And then you'll realize that you'll be getting a chip. Like, this is a chip right here. For me kicking it with y'all, me talking knowledge and me busting all this information down, it's literally a chip. It's a microchip that you putting in your brain right now. You're like, oh, I thought I had to plug into the microchip like that. You are a computer. You are a learning program. This is a simulation of a reality of a greater consciousness that's literally like a computer. It's programmed like a computer, calculated. All right? So that's what I need y'all to know. All right? So it's all in connection. Okay, so what else I want to say, man? That's it. I got a super build later on. A super build. We're gonna go on the Wraith. The Wraith. Man, this is and I'm gonna talk about Mars. I'm going to talk about something that I really wanted to talk about for a long time. So I'm going to talk about the planet Mars and the history of the Mars and what does that have to do with the Wraith and the destruction of the planet Mars and what happened. All right? And when y'all get that, game over. When y'all get that, y'all gonna say game over. Where do I sign up? Yo, like, where do I sign up? Game over. Yeah, seriously. Man, I did this stuff for over 20 years studying this stuff. And it took me a long time to be confident to come to y'all with this stuff. I remember when I was 17 years old, when I created a whole different language. When I created a whole different language and didn't even bring it out until I'm bringing it out now. I'm going to bring it out pretty soon. When I was 17 years old. You know, I remember different things, man, that really took me along this way for as far as this journey with knowledge. And we here. This is the final frontier right now. That's all I gotta say. It's the final frontier, but me is we. I can't do it without y'all, man. I can't really do none of this stuff, or we can't do none of this stuff without each other. In all actuality, we can't. It doesn't matter how fly this stuff's down. It's always going to be logged and remembered because I'm going to keep on going to my last breath. God knows that. I'm going to keep on going till, you know, it is what it is. All right? But as far as we already logged in space and time, man. Trust me, somebody's going to pick up this stuff. Whether they going to pick it up 1,000 years from now, 500 years from now, they going to remember who we are, man. That's the important thing I need y'all to know with the Messiah code, man. With the Codex, you see this? This is a Codex. This is an actual language. This is a Codex that's written on me. This is a Codex that's written on me. So it's just like, that's how we moving throughout the mainframe. It's like, if you saw it like that, you'll be able to program reality in a whole nother perspective, man. It's not saying that you can control everything. No, it doesn't mean you can control everything. It's just the fact that you know a lot of stuff, man. You always growing. It's the only thing I can say. You always growing. If you ain't growing, you ain't knowing. All right? But when you moving throughout the mainframe, this is a computer program just like the Matrix movie. It truly is. You got to go to a Merovingian. That's why the Yakub, as being the scientist, he married them. You know what? He married them in a certain type of way. He was a Merovingian. He was a Merovingian. You say, what is a Merovingian, Lamel? Well, if you looked at the Matrix movie, the Merovingian was the one Neo even had to go to because the Merovingian held keys. He held the key maker. The Merovingian held the key maker, the one who had the keys. But the Merovingian held many other things than the key maker. The Merovingian held anything to anything that you wanted. That's the marriage. That's the Merovingian. It's not what you think of the Merovingian. It's the marriage to God. It's the marriage to God. It's the Merovingian. You fucking right, it's the Merovingian. It's how you agree to be one with God and how you going. It ain't no divorce in that. It ain't no divorce. So when you take the marriage or you enter to the Merovingian in the Matrix, the Merovingian so happens to be the marriage with God. And that right there leads you to the wraith. All right? The Merovingian leads you to the wraith. You said animals. Yeah, you're right. So when you go to the Merovingian, you see it like this. You say, oh man, I'm not ready to be committed. I'm not ready to be in a commitment. Well, let me tell you something, man. God doesn't like nobody that be warm, that if you got you lukewarm with it in a certain type of way, God doesn't like that. So when it comes to a marriage, God doesn't want to just be a boyfriend or something like that. God wants to be married to you. You feel me? You gotta see it like that. Oh man, really? Yeah, God wants to be married to you in a certain type of way. Where because you can disagree, that means your word is your bond. That's like, man, damn, really? Because a marriage is a contract, it's agreement. So it doesn't matter how you feel about it or how you don't feel about it. You still make an agreement with God and you fulfill that. You know, promises are hard to keep. Yo, I took y'all to Judges chapter 11 on that. That was a whole nother bill. When I took y'all to Jephthah and when he went against the Ammonites, oh man, I hope y'all was there for that. There was a whole nother crazy bill. I said, man, Jephthah, he went against the Ammonites and he conquered the Ammonites. And you know why he conquered the Ammonites? He made a promise to God. He said, man, basically, you let me conquer the Ammonites, whoever comes out of my house, I give them to you, God. There you can have them. And it so happened to be his favorite daughter. So he's like, damn, oh man, he didn't even want to do it, but he still did it. He gave her up and made her be a consecrated priest, rather than her live her life. He said, man, baby, I know you want to live your life, but I gave a promise to God, so I gotta give you over to the priest, and they gonna raise you up. And it's a shame you never even gonna know a man ever in your life, and I really want you to give me a grandson. He didn't want to do that to his daughter, and she did. She took the responsibility. She said, Dad, man, I know what it's hitting for, and I'm gonna do that for you, Dad, because he fulfilled something. That was Jephthah when he went up against the Ammonites. So, and then those are the ones that say amen, because everybody says amen after a prayer. That doesn't mean you worship God. So Jephthah went against a lot of these people that were the Ammonites. Yeah, you damn right. Amun connector, or Amun, the moon connected all of us in a certain type of cycle, but the moon became the root or the wraith of the problem, because the moon can drive you crazy in a certain type of way. The moon can drive you crazy. That's why Saturn is the moon, as well as you have a moon that drives you crazy, and Saturn takes the sixth position. All right, it's all in connection. That's why I said it's all mathematics. Anything I give y'all is math. It's not like I can go to all these holy books and I just see the math in it. I just see all the math and everything. And it's just beautiful. That's all I can say. So we definitely gonna get to the root or the wraith of the problem later on. All right. Hopefully y'all here for this, and we'll be able to simulate the data. Okay. Shout out to everybody that supports the movement. You definitely know what it's hitting for. Definitely know what it's hitting for. So 747 24/7 361 degrees. Look, man, come back with your boy, man. We're going to definitely have fun. For what it's worth, we definitely going to have fun. You know, we just got to be staying connected. Staying connected, that's all. Truly staying connected. But I love y'all.